Hello, my amazing beings. Just love coming here. Just went for my awesome hike. And I want to talk to you a moment about negativity. I've been listening to, for a little while now, constantly, the magical power of belief, or the magic of belief. Of believing, that's it. Magic of believing. Claude Bristol. I've listened to this over and over and over and over and over, and I really pick up on quite a lot. I really know that the power is in believing. And I want to talk about negativity for a minute. I know I'm always talking about being positive, but I want to talk about negativity for a bit, because if you have a positive person and a negative person in the same room, the negativity will outrule the positive. Why? Because that's what we're trained. We are trained, we are programmed to only believe in the negative. Everything on the news is negative because we absorb it. Everything in society, people on Facebook, they complain. They want to tell you about how they're not well, how something horrible happened, and all this stuff continues. And why is it we are so focused on negativity? And it's really interesting because it's like an adrenaline rush. Why do we like drama? Because it's like cocaine. It really is. If you are interested in a drug, negativity is the best drug out there and the cheapest to have. I was married for quite a while before this awesome marriage, and we had our good times, but it was a very negative environment, especially at the end. It became very, very very unhealthy and very negative. And I kept, I asked myself, how did I get into that position? I'm a very positive person, and I know that my thought process was, I believe everybody has good. I do. And I believe that everybody is capable of being who they came here to be in their own being, And the funny thing, though, that I forgot about is people have a choice and they can choose. And even though I did know this too, I didn't realize that it was so easy to choose. So instead of seeing the negative, I would always see, I'd put positive in there. And I didn't realize how harmful of an environment it was until it started really consuming me. And I started losing who I really was. The spiritual being, the one who loves crafts, who loved writing, who loved art, who loved being in nature, who loved reading cards, any kinds of cards. I had angel cards, I had animal cards, I had tarot cards, I had crystal balls, I had everything you could think of. And for whatever reason, I totally lost all of that. Well, I didn't lose it. I just put it away for a very long time because I was so trying my hardest to help someone who just did not want to be helped. You cannot help everybody, my dear ones. You cannot help everybody. I'm not really sure how or what happened. I know I went through a real hard time, and during this hard time, not just with the environment I was living in, my son was Matthew, was diagnosed just before that, well, around the same time of all of it, with epilepsy, and seizures kept getting worse and worse and worse. And I knew that he was getting ill. Loki woke up, my amazing little boy. So Matt was diagnosed and getting worse and worse and worse. And I didn't know what to do. And then I was working at a job that was so stressful, and there was so much going on. We had a forest fire, and I had to take care of a whole bunch of stuff, and there was so much pressure on me, as well as Matt not doing so well, and as well as the environment I lived in. Every morning you woke up was eggshells. And then I had to put my dog down, my amazing little best friend for 15 years who saw me through everything. Even today is really hard. And it's been, sheesh, 12, 13 years. But I was at a breaking point. I was to the point where I looked in the mirror and I had no idea who I was anymore. I had put on so much weight. Although I was slowly starting to lose it, I still knew that I needed to do something. And I started going to the forest more, which was across the street. I started sitting outside in my back patio more. By this time, although my ex was still living in my house, we were no longer together. We hadn't been together for a long time. And there was no relationship there, not even an effort, for one. And we lived in different areas of the house. And I realized that I needed to take control of me. And it was a long process of figuring me out. But along the way, it was when I ended up meeting up with my now husband, Mike, in a very unique situation. And it just started from there. Negativity is such a killer, and yeah, you could focus on what's negative, but you know what? Even if you had a bad day, even if you had a bad moment, like yesterday when I got fearful of losing someone, even that split second, I could have focused on that negativity for a lot longer. I could have been that person again who did go down that road. But instead, I chose to focus on the positive, and we ended up having such a wonderful day, such a wonderful, amazing experience, such a wonderful moment, instead of the negative part of it. It is your choice, and you can choose to be negative with the person who is negative, or you could choose to find a way to keep yourself positive. It is totally 100% up to you. Go inside and allow your inner God, your inner goddess to come out and be who you truly want to be. The being inside would not allow all these silly little interruptions of their own personal growth, their own amazingness, their own uniqueness. They would empower this and flow through. I know, because it's something that I have worked on. You are worth being the god or goddess that you want to be. And it doesn't matter which one. So go inside. Be with that amazing person. Listen to them. Enjoy them. Take a moment for them. Because you're worth it. Make it an amazing day, everybody.